Social anxiety disorder, or SAD, it's more than just being shy. It's a persistent and overwhelming fear of social situations. So let's break down the symptoms, explore the causes, and talk about solutions. Imagine this. You're about to walk into a party. Sounds fun, right? But for someone with SAD, that simple act can be terrifying. Their heart races, their palms sweat, they might even feel physically ill. This intense fear stems from a worry about being judged, negatively evaluated, or even rejected by others. It's not just a little nervousness, it's a powerful fear that can be completely debilitating. This fear can manifest in so many ways, from avoiding eye contact to struggling to speak, even in casual conversations. When the fear of social situations becomes overwhelming, it's only natural to want to avoid them altogether, right? That's what many people with SAD do. They might decline invitations, skip social events, or even avoid going out in public altogether. At first, this avoidance might seem like a solution, but in the long run, it can lead to isolation, loneliness, and a diminished quality of life. Avoiding social interactions means missing out on opportunities to connect with others, build relationships, and create memories. It can also make it difficult to pursue education, career goals, or even simple errands. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Social anxiety isn't just in your head, it affects your entire body. Imagine this. You're about to give a presentation. Suddenly your heart starts pounding, your palms get clammy, and you feel a wave of nausea wash over you. These physical symptoms are incredibly common with SAD, and they can be just as debilitating as the emotional ones. Your body is essentially in fight or flight mode, even though there's no real threat to your safety. These symptoms can be so intense that they make it nearly impossible to focus on anything else, let alone engage in a social interaction. But remember, these physical sensations are your body's way of trying to protect you, even if it's misinterpreting the situation. Trapped in your own head. Negative self-perception. One of the most challenging aspects of social anxiety is the constant negative self-talk. People with social anxiety disorder often have an incredibly critical inner voice that tells them they're not good enough, that they're going to mess up, that everyone is judging them. This negative self-perception can be absolutely relentless, chipping away at your self-esteem and making it even harder to face social situations. It's like having a bully living inside your own head, constantly putting you down and undermining your confidence. CBT can help you identify and challenge these negative thought patterns, replacing them with more balanced and realistic ones. Remember, you are not your thoughts, and not your the never-ending worry, excessive worry, and anticipation. For many people with social anxiety, the dread leading up to a social event can be just as bad, if not worse, than the event itself. The mind races with thoughts of potential embarrassment and social mishaps, creating a storm of anxiety that feels impossible to escape. They might spend days, even weeks, worrying about every little detail, from what they will wear to how they will act. The anticipation builds up, making it hard to focus on anything else. What if I say the wrong thing? This question haunts them, making them rehearse conversations in their head repeatedly. What if nobody talks to me? The fear of being ignored or left out can be overwhelming, making social events feel like a minefield. What if I make a fool of myself? The thought of making a mistake in front of others can be paralyzing, leading to even more anxiety. It's like your brain is stuck in a loop, replaying worst-case scenarios over and over again. This mental loop can be exhausting, draining your energy and making it hard to enjoy the present moment. And the anticipation can be so intense that it leads to physical symptoms like headaches, stomach aches, and difficulty sleeping. These symptoms can make it even harder to cope with the anxiety, creating a vicious cycle. This constant state of worry can take a toll on your mental and physical health, leaving you feeling drained and exhausted. The impact on your well-being can be profound, affecting your daily life and overall happiness. There are strategies and techniques that can help you manage worry and reduce anticipatory anxiety. From mindfulness practices to cognitive behavioral techniques, there are ways to break the cycle of worry and find peace. By taking small steps and seeking support, you can learn to navigate social situations with more confidence and less fear. Remember, it's okay to ask for help and take care of your mental health. The spotlight effect, fear of being watched and judged. Have you ever felt like everyone was watching you, judging your every move? This sensation can be overwhelming and all-consuming. For people with social anxiety, this feeling is a constant reality. It's not just a fleeting thought, but a persistent worry that affects their daily lives. It's called the spotlight effect, and it's the belief that you are the center of everyone's attention, even in ordinary situations. This can make simple tasks feel daunting. Imagine walking into a crowded room and feeling like all eyes are on you, scrutinizing your appearance, your behavior, everything. Every step you take feels like it's being analyzed. This intense self-consciousness can be paralyzing, making it nearly impossible to relax and be yourself. It can lead to avoidance of social situations altogether. But here's the truth. Most people are too wrapped up in their own lives to be paying that much attention to you. They are dealing with their own concerns and insecurities. And even if someone does notice a mistake, it's unlikely to be as big of a deal as you think it is. People are generally more forgiving and understanding than we give them credit for. Understanding the spotlight effect can help you manage your anxiety. Remember, it's okay to make mistakes and be imperfect. Everyone does. By shifting your focus away from what others might think, you can start to enjoy social interactions more. Embrace the moment and be kind to yourself. Overcoming the fear of being watched and judged is a journey. But with time and practice, you can learn to feel more comfortable in your own skin. The language of the eyes, avoidance of eye contact. It's such a simple act, yet it can be incredibly difficult for people with social anxiety. The act of making eye contact can be overwhelming, triggering a cascade of anxious thoughts and feelings. Making eye contact can feel intensely vulnerable, like you're exposing your true self to the scrutiny of others. This vulnerability can be paralyzing, making it hard to maintain eye contact even for a few seconds. So it's natural to want to avoid it. The instinct to protect oneself from perceived judgment or criticism is strong. People with social anxiety disorder might look down, look away, or even wear sunglasses to avoid making eye contact. These behaviors serve as a shield, a way to create a barrier between themselves and the outside world. But while this might feel safer in the moment, it can actually make social interactions more awkward and uncomfortable. The lack of eye contact can be misinterpreted as disinterest or even rudeness. When you avoid eye contact, you're sending the message that you're not interested in engaging with the other person. This can create a barrier to effective communication. This can make it difficult to build rapport, establish trust, and have a meaningful conversation. Eye contact is a fundamental part of human connection, and its absence can be keenly felt. Even a few seconds of eye contact can go a long way in building rapport. It signals attentiveness, interest, and empathy, laying the groundwork for a deeper connection. Finding your voice, difficulty speaking or performing in public. Public speaking is a common fear, but for people with social anxiety, it can be absolutely terrifying. Imagine standing in front of a crowd, your heart pounding, your mouth dry, your mind racing. The pressure to perform, to be interesting, to avoid saying the wrong thing can be overwhelming. This fear can manifest in many ways: stuttering, stumbling over words, speaking too quickly or too softly, even completely freezing up. But here's the good news. Public speaking is a skill that can be learned and improved with practice. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. When fear takes over, panic attacks and social anxiety. In some cases, social anxiety can be so severe that it triggers panic attacks. Imagine this. You're at a party trying to mingle when suddenly a wave of intense fear washes over you. Your heart races, you feel like you can't breathe, and you might even feel like you're going to pass out. These are all classic symptoms of a panic attack, and they can be incredibly frightening. Panic attacks are your body's extreme response to fear and anxiety. Therapy, medication, and lifestyle changes can all help you manage panic attacks and reduce their frequency and severity. Social anxiety isn't just a minor inconvenience. It can have a profound impact on every aspect of your life. It can affect your work, your relationships, your education, your hobbies, everything. Imagine dreading going to work every day because you're terrified of interacting with your colleagues, or feeling too anxious to go on dates or make new friends. Social anxiety can lead to isolation, loneliness, and missed opportunities. It can also make it difficult to pursue your passions or achieve your goals, but it doesn't have to. The good news is that social anxiety is highly treatable. There are a variety of effective coping strategies and treatments that can help you manage your symptoms and live a fuller, richer life. One of the most effective treatments is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. CBT helps you identify and challenge the negative thoughts and beliefs that contribute to your anxiety. Another effective treatment is exposure therapy, which involves gradually exposing yourself to the social situations that trigger your anxiety. Medication can also be helpful in managing the symptoms of social anxiety. In addition to therapy and medication, practicing mindfulness, engaging in regular exercise, getting enough sleep, and eating a healthy diet can help. If you're struggling with social anxiety, it's important to remember that you're not alone. Millions of people around the world experience social anxiety, and there is help available. The first step is to talk to your doctor or a mental health professional. They can assess your symptoms, make a diagnosis, and recommend the best course of treatment for you. Seeking professional help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to acknowledge that you're struggling and to ask for support. With the right treatment and support, you can overcome your fears and achieve your full potential. So, take that first step today. Social anxiety can feel incredibly isolating, but it's important to remember that you're not alone. Millions of people around the world are facing the same challenges, and there is hope. If you're struggling with social anxiety, please know that it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional. There are people who care about you and want to support you on your journey to recovery. And to everyone watching, let's keep the conversation going. Take care, everyone.